Not good enough. Sajid Javid tears into the EU for failing to say how it will protect British expats after Brexit. Sajid Javid tore into the EU today for failing to say how it will protect British expats after Brexit. The Home Secretary said the glaring lack of information for UK citizens living on the continent was not good enough. The damning assessment came as Mr Javid prepares to publish details of the settlement scheme for EU citizens seeking to stay after Brexit. Some 900,000 Britons are living in countries in the bloc. But Mr Javid said it was unclear what their status would be after any transition period ends. Publishing details of how we will administer our settled status scheme shows we are honoring the commitments made towards EU citizens living in the UK, he said. But I am concerned that I have not seen any similar plans on how EU member states are going to support British nationals in their countries. This is not good enough, and I hope both the European Parliament and Commission will exert more pressure for them to do this as soon as possible. Concerns have been mounting that EU leaders are using UK citizens as bargaining chips in Brexit negotiations. Earlier this week, Mr Javid met the European Parliament's Brexit coordinator Guy Verhofstadt, who admitted member states had not done enough to set out what the procedures will be for expat Britons living in the EU. Britain says all 3.2 million EU nationals living in the UK can stay for the rest of their lives with the same rights as Britons. Citizens who have lived in the UK lawfully for at least 5 years by the end of 2020 will gain settled status, giving them full access to schools, hospitals, pensions and benefits. Those who have been resident for a shorter period can stay on until they have reached the 5-year threshold. The same will go for those who arrive during the transition period, but they must register if they choose to stay for longer than 3 months. Mr Javid will publish detailed information later about how EU nationals and their family members living in the UK can secure their new immigration status. The government is expected to present a statement of intent and draft immigration rules to Parliament, confirming that the scheme will open in a phased way from later this year. Officials said the documents will provide further reassurance to EU citizens by stating who is eligible, how people will be able to apply and what it will cost. Applicants will have to provide proof of identity and a recent photograph. Civil servants will approve applications unless there are exceptional reasons, such as criminal offending, which justified refusal. Ministers have said that the application process, which will run until the end of June 2021, would be as straightforward as renewing a driving license. EU citizens applying for settled status in the UK should receive a decision within 2 weeks of applying to the Home Office. The government has also previously confirmed the application fee will be no more than the cost charged to British citizens for a UK passport. A standard adult passport currently costs £75.50 when the application is made online.